Hey, welcome. Let's talk about something that drives so many of us completely nuts at work. It's that feeling, the one, where your project is just drowning in paperwork. Today, we're going to get into exactly why this happens and, most importantly, what we can actually do about it.
So let me ask you this. Does this sound familiar? You're all fired up to start a project, you're ready to build something great, but then somehow you find yourself spending all your time, all your energy, just reporting on what you're doing, instead of, doing it. Well, if that hits home, here's a little bit of good news. It is not just you. This isn't some personal flaw or a sign you're bad at time management. Nope, it's a systemic problem, something that's baked right into the DNA of how a lot of companies work today.
So how does this even happen? How do good intentions go so wrong and turn into these soul-crushing processes? Well, it happens inside what you might call the report factory. Let's take a look at the assembly line.
It's this vicious cycle that just keeps feeding on itself. See, it all starts with uncertainty. A project gets bigger, maybe a little more complex, and suddenly managers start getting nervous. So they ask for more data, more reports. And that kicks off step 2, hierarchy adds layers. Now you've got new managers in the mix, and guess what? They all need their own special report. This leads straight to responsibility shifts, where it feels like everyone's trying to cover their own back. They demand even more detail, creating this paper trail in case something goes wrong. And finally, all these new layers of management have to prove they're valuable, right? So they use reporting to justify their roles. Each step just pours gasoline on the one before it, until the whole engine just seizes up.
All of this paper pushing, it doesn't just feel bad, it has a very, very real cost. So let's break down the true cost of all this busy work. What's the real damage here?
Just think about your own work week for a second. In some organizations, and this is wild, a shocking 50% of an employee's time is spent on internal reporting. That leaves just 35% for the core tasks you were actually hired to do, and a tiny little 15% slice for the creative work that actually drives a project forward. It's not just a time drain, it's a full-blown productivity crisis.
And the cost isn't just measured in hours, it's deeply human. Your focus gets completely shattered. Your creativity is just suffocated by endless templates and checklists. And, no surprise, this leads to massive stress and burnout. But here's the kicker. Maybe the most dangerous part of all, the risk of information distortion. I mean, think about it. By the time a report gets passed up 5 different levels of management, is the information in it even accurate anymore? The very leaders demanding all these reports might be getting the worst, most distorted picture of what's really happening.
Endless reporting suffocates the very creativity and problem-solving needed to succeed. Let that sink in. The very process that was designed to guarantee success is actually destroying the skills you need to achieve it. It's a system that is fundamentally designed to defeat itself.
This whole mess points to a much deeper problem, and it's about leadership. It's not just about a broken process, it's about a flawed idea of what progress even looks like. It's about when innovation becomes nothing more than a performance.
We've all seen this movie before, right? A leader hears a new buzzword. Maybe they read about some trendy new framework that worked wonders at some other company. And then they try to just force-fit it onto their team without ever stopping to understand the culture or the real challenges on the ground. They're not actually trying to innovate, they're just wearing innovation like a costume.
And there's a world of difference between the two. On one hand, you've got superficial innovation. It's all about appearances. It's about following trends with these rigid, formal rules that just look good on a PowerPoint slide. But then there's genuine innovation, and that's all about substance. It grows out of real, identified needs. It's flexible, it's authentic, and it trusts the people on the front lines to find the best solutions.
Okay, so the problem is pretty clear. We're stuck in this report factory, and it's often run by leaders who are just chasing shiny objects. So the real question is, how do we get out? How do we escape the trap?
Well, it has to start with fixing the broken machinery itself. We need to stop patching the old system and actually build a new, truly efficient one from the ground up. The path forward is really about making clear, deliberate choices. Instead of slow, hierarchical communication, we need to move to transparent platforms where everyone can see what's going on. We have to swap out that complex manual reporting for simple, standardized formats that ask only for what is absolutely essential. And we have to be brave enough to transform that bloated, layered structure into something lean and optimized, cutting out the layers that only exist to generate more paperwork.
But look, a better system is just the hardware. It's totally useless without the right software. And that's the people. The most critical fix here isn't about process at all. It's about a massive shift in leadership. It's a call for real leadership.
So what does real leadership actually look like in practice? Well, it means you start with a clear vision that's tailored to your actual team, not one you just copied from a business book. It means you actually listen to the people doing the work. They know what the real problems are. It means you participate with sincerity. You get your hands dirty instead of just delegating from on high. And maybe most importantly, you champion substance over style. You celebrate real progress, not just a perfectly formatted report.
In the end, when you boil it all down, it's this simple. True progress begins the moment leaders stop asking, "Is the report done?" and start asking the right questions. Questions like, "What's in your way?" and "How can I help?"
So, I'll leave you with this one question to take back to your own team. Tomorrow, when you're at work, just look around and ask yourself, is this place designed for progress, or is it just designed for process? The answer will tell you everything you need to know.